Hey everyone, welcome to Husetarts Radio. We're back with another episode. This one is it's gonna be a little more chill, and I guess they're all kind of chill though.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
the podcast, it's the chill podcast. But we have a new member on this time.
Hey.
We my my wife Alex is joining the fold. What a
What's good?
she's gonna be helping us with some stuff and joining the podcast. And she actually she sat in on a stream the other night.
Hell yeah.
We played some Enter the Gungeon
Ooh,
just
fun,
for a little
fun.
bit.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was
Hell
fun.
yeah. Good shit.
So yeah, this is Alex.
Big
the
steps.
second Alex.
That'll be fun. It's nice to have fresh ears and eyes on the project. It's gonna be real fun.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do you want to say anything about yourself?
I'm literally the most boring person I know. I have nothing to say.
She's lying.
I'm being 100% truthful.
No.
Yes.
Need a lie detector test right now.
Yes.
We're gonna buy one.
Next podcast, lie detector test.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, I guess if you don't want to say anything specific.
I promise I have nothing to say. I'm such a person.
Okay, well I'll say it for her. She's a little new to the entertainment space, so give her some time. she's very smart. She's usually in healthcare, but she wants to dip her toes a little bit, get her toes a little moist. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
I guess we can get to our topics for the week.
Yeah, a whole lot of bit of a switch up, a little bit kind of. We got one piece of gaming news I gotta talk about, and then we want to get into some different stuff, not game related, not media. I guess kind of media related, but not in the sense you think. But we'll get into that. So I gotta throw it on the table. I gotta bring it out now. Cyberpunk. All right. So as of right now, since the game came out, I have 45 and a half hours into the game.
Oh my lord.
I am having a great time. So, all right.
Really?
I know I don't have a cheap PC by any means, but I'm not running recommended spec. Like, I don't have a 3080, but my 2080 RTX still runs it on Ultra. I can still play with Ultra ray tracing. Like, everything's cranked.
Damn.
And I've had like maybe 2 glitches, but nothing game breaking. My game hasn't crashed. Nothing that I had to reload a save. I've had no issues, and they just rolled out the hotfix today, hotfix 105. At least on PC side, I'm pretty sure that rolled out for consoles a little earlier in the week. But no, seriously, I personally have had a great experience. I think what it comes down to is it's not a game meant to be played on last-gen consoles. It's not.
Oh no.
Like, if you're asking PC players to play with a 3080, your Xbox One's not going to run it. Like, it's as simple as that. It shouldn't have been released on last-gen consoles. I think that was just kind of a bit of a ball drop. Not necessarily the best thing to do.
My whole thing with it is, with how bad it is on last gen, I don't see why they even released it for last gen, and they were saying it was for last gen.
Yeah, I know CD Projekt Red eventually let out a statement saying something like, last gen was very lax when it came to testing. Like, it wasn't their focus.
It looks like they didn't do it at all, honestly. Like,
no.
I saw some clips, and it literally looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
Well, as I said, like, so before I played the game, because it took me like 2 days before I was able to get into actually sitting down and playing it, because I was a little busy.
Mhm.
was like I was watching people play it, or at least seeing clips of it online. I was like, wow, that looks awful. Like, I'm like, I just paid
Yeah.
$60 for this, but then I sat down and played it, and I was like, this isn't the same game. But it's like,
No.
it's not meant for those last gen hardware. Like, I'm sure the Series X and the PS5 will run it just fine, but console have been struggling more than PC. But I mean,
From what
that's just
I've
kind of always
seen,
been the case.
the new gen consoles, they play it good, but they still what I find so weird about it is they don't have actual next gen versions yet. Like they're
Right,
playing the old gen versions just on next gen it actually
right, with
runs,
better hardware.
but the textures are like still awful because they're like last gen and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a very ambitious project, but PC wise, like I said, I've had a great time. I've had no game breaking bugs. My game hasn't crashed once. I say that now I'm gonna go and play it later on in the week, and it's gonna
Yeah.
die or something. Um, but no, I've played through my whole 45 hours without an issue. Um, I know initial reviews for it were saying there's too much to do, and that's just not the case. Like,
I have seen the people that have played it like with good PCs are saying really good things about it.
yeah, I know I'm kind of
But
like in a minority when it comes to that, but
yeah.
I don't see issues with it. Like, I understand it's if you're paying money for it, you want it to work. I get that, but the people giving it bad reviews playing on a last gen consoles should understand that it's an intense game that requires a beefy amount of hardware.
I mean, beefy, yeah.
That's it, unfortunately.
Like I see that, but at the same time, I feel like they really didn't do any testing on last gen because like they had to have known how bad it was. Either they were forced to like go ahead and launch it, like they clearly weren't ready.
No.
Um, Either they were forced to launch it or they knew and just wanted to launch it anyways. I mean, bottom line, someone knew it was that bad on
Oh yeah.
consoles. Like I don't know what they're expecting. And now PlayStation's completely removed
Yeah,
it from the
removed it.
store, which is like unheard of. It's crazy. And
Now they're getting
they're
like
like
class
doing
action
out of pocket
lawsuits.
refunds. What?
Now like their shareholders and investors are trying to get like a class action lawsuit against CD Projekt.
Oh my
Like
lord!
as a whole company for misleading. I was like, what's
I
going
mean,
on
honestly,
there?
it kind of is misleading. I mean, unfortunately, it kind of is.
I mean, it sucks because like CD Projekt Red has never made a bad game ever, but it sucks because it's like it's a new IP and every company struggles with a new IP.
What really
Like,
sucks is I feel like it's still a good game underneath all the bugs and stuff.
yeah, it's unfortunately going to take some time to get it corrected. I just hope it gets corrected in a timely manner that people aren't going to,
Yeah,
stop playing it because it's worth a playthrough. If you can play through it with, a good PC, it's well worth it in my eyes. But, that's just me. Everyone's got their opinions. Everyone has already voiced how they feel about the game. That's just mine.
yeah,
So, that's that. It's been almost a century of me waiting for this game, and yeah, it could have been
yeah.
better, but I'm still
Haven't they
having a
been
fun
working
time.
on it like 7 years or
Yeah,
something?
it's been almost a decade of
That's
development.
insane.
But, did it hit out of the park? No, but it was hyped so much. I think it
Yeah,
was overhyped, and it
that's
just
the
didn't meet expectations.
I think what I think why it's taking such a like heavy toll is how hyped it was and the fact that it was obviously not ready to launch.
Yeah. But I don't think they wanted
Like
to
I
say we need another 3 months of development because they would have just lost so many people.
yeah.
But
I think
it is
at this point it would have been better if they pushed it off to 2021.
Yeah, something that then they could have said, you know what, it's not a next gen game. Sorry. It's coming out release with current gen. But it is what it is. Mistakes were made. Things are getting fixed. I guess that's all there is to it. So
pretty much.
So I guess moving on. That's all I really want to talk about. I like the game, but if you don't have good hardware, don't get it. You'll hate it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. That's all it is. Unfortunately, if you can't run it, it's not going to be good.
When the videos of it on like Xbox and PlayStation started coming out, I was so surprised. I was like, I didn't think it was real at first. I thought it was like fake.
Yeah, it doesn't look
like
good.
I thought like someone was like memeing, but I kept watching the video and like clicked on it. I was like, oh my god, this is real. This literally looks like a game from 2002.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got issues, but I'm sure they'll fix it. So I guess with that being said, let's move on. What do you got for the week?
All right, so this is the little bit different thing.
The switcheroo.
Switcheroo. It's a new segment on Husetarts Radio. Switcheroo.
Already got a jingle.
Yeah, it's got a jingle and everything. I just thought we could talk about stuff other than video games. Especially since my dear wife here isn't quite accustomed to video games yet.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm getting her to play some stuff. I got her to play Fortnite the other day.
Hey.
That was terrible.
She played for a few minutes.
It's alright, I'm bad at it too.
Oh, so bad. I don't remember anything.
It's okay. After the fact, I was like, this is the worst game to start someone off on. Like, the controls are so complicated. Like,
yeah, so. It's not a good play this as your first video game.
Yeah, it's always rough playing your first video game, like you said. But I'm gonna get her to play like a single player campaign game that's like easier to learn, and I'm sure she'll get into it.
I'm enjoying it so far. It's not too bad.
She did play one game called Night Call. It's like a interactive story game kind of. And she actually beat it, so I guess she liked it.
I did.
So
nice.
I'm converting
one
her.
Step at a time.
Yeah. But anyways, this isn't about video games.
It's not about video games.
It's just gonna be random stuff. I think it'd be fun to talk about like a bunch of paranormal stuff. I wanted to talk about ancient aliens for this one, but Alex isn't quite ready for that. So
Hey.
I've been watching the show, the documentary Ancient Aliens, like for a week now. And man, it's interesting, dude.
Lay it on me. What's got you intrigued?
Okay, I'll do that before we get into the real segment. It just talks about like all this stuff, like, oh my lord. It just talks about all this like evidence and stuff that like aliens have been on Earth and like involved and stuff. Like, I'll save it for a real episode. Like, I could go on for like an hour about this, but Alex would know because I rant about it every day.
And you message me.
I do. When she's at work, I'm like, babe,
No, I'm pretty sure you don't
answer this for me. Did you know?
Did you know? But for real, like, one of the things that blew my mind was, they were talking about these stones that weigh like thousands of tons, like hundreds of thousands of tons.
We talking about
they
the
supposedly moved with their bare hands like thousands of years ago. Like, one of the things was like, today it would take us like 20 of those giant heavy duty cranes to move one of the blocks that they had. And I'm just like, so how did they do it if it would take us that much manpower? Like how would they do it?
Current day machinery.
Like 21 of those giant like skyscraper cranes.
And you just got like 2 jack dudes
And
just picking up a
And they
rock.
had, yeah, and they had sticks. Like it doesn't add up,
Your
bro.
magic.
Also, like, true. The amount of like imagery that you see of that they like drew on like stone tablets and stuff that like literally look like dudes in spacesuits is insane. And like last thing I'll mention for now, there's 2 things actually. One, there's like a lot of structures all around the world, like completely separated, but they all like point to the same like constellation of stars, like the Osiris constellation, I think it's called. Like all these like different like pyramids and like structures in the world like point at this specific constellation. It's just really weird, like perfectly. And then there's this one place. I can't remember what it's called, but it's literally like an ancient hotel that goes 13 stories underground. Like full on like rooms and livestock areas and like kitchens and stuff. Yeah, they had
cows underground.
Well, they a long time ago they did. Like
What the hell?
And it's like fully vented out, like full ventilation systems, so that like these 13 stories underground are like fully livable and have air and stuff. And it's just like
Or they
there's
get the
no
tech.
way. What?
Or they get the tech.
What? Like
how do these people with sticks go? All right, here's what we got to do.
Yeah,
and they roll out like a blueprint plan. Get to digging.
Something doesn't add up. Is all I'm saying. Like it don't add up. Like I think if you like really sit there and think about it, it's so obvious it doesn't add up, and it just like blows my mind.
These are the texts that Alex gets while you're at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what I hear about.
Like, dudes with sticks, explain how they move that rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could read one.
Please.
Oh God. We're getting a live example.
I'm interested in this now.
Ding dong, ding dong. Jeopardy music.
I'm going as fast as I can, I promise.
It's just it blows my mind.
Yeah, no, all right. So like I'm with you on that one. Like the universe is way too big for it to just be
Statistically there has to be something.
Like it doesn't, like you're telling me like we found planets that rain glass sideways. Like planets made out of diamond fully.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing else out there. Like
yeah,
all these weird planets that do all these weird things. Like Earth 2, you know, and nothing. Not a single thing.
That's what I just talked about.
I know literally just what you talked about. And I totally forgot because I did not read the message.
Wow. Are you reading that one or a different one?
I'll read it. So the series right now is talking about basically an underground skyscraper of like apartments right now. It's a real thing, an ancient underground like building of the living spaces and cooking and livestock areas that goes 13 stories down with complex ventilation systems, so there's air throughout the whole thing. Fucking insane.
It was
so
crazy. See, I thought
Day in the life.
She was actually like surprised, but
a day in the life.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's our life.
He talks and I don't listen.
Yeah. All around your familiar faces.
Or it's like I try to listen, but nothing he says makes sense.
It's just a bunch of alien mumbo jumbo.
Pretty much.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
The numbers.
That's the point. Anyways, I thought it'd be fun to talk about paranormal experiences this week.
Hell yeah, lay it on me. What do you got?
All right. I have quite a few that I could talk about, so I don't know if you guys want me to go first or if you guys.
I only have, like barely.
You have one. Okay. Do you want
Okay.
to go first?
Yeah, I'll go.
Hell yeah.
My only experience that I feel like I've had is when I was a lot younger, and I vividly remember this thing like coming into my room at night when I was like anywhere from 5 to 7. Like it would like come through my window and like sit with me in my room next to me.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know, like it's weird that I have that kind of memory, but I don't remember anything else about my childhood.
Maybe that's why.
Scarred for life. That was it. Childhood non-existent after that.
Childhood
Literally
ruined.
nothing.
Oh Lord, that's disturbing.
I know, right? I had no idea what it was. It looked like an animal demon looking.
So like some
Ghost.
Wendigo just like comes crawling through your window and just like posts up at the end of your bed just chilling.
Like, what's good, bitch?
You know, on Ancient Aliens, they say a lot of the aliens were depicted as looking like animalistic.
What kind? Like chickens?
Sometimes.
Cows? Sometimes you
It looked
okay.
like a monkey.
A monkey?
Yeah, it looked like a monkey.
Well, they say.
So there's another. Here we go. Here we go. Lay it down.
There's a theory that we are created to look like the aliens. That they created us in their image. Like apparently they mixed their DNA with like some monkey DNA and birthed us.
So you mean I just had an interaction with an alien at the age of 5?
Yo. Thank you.
And that's why I don't remember anything, because I was so traumatized.
Oh God.
They say
it's adding up.
It does add up a little bit. You might have been an abductee.
Well, that explains so much.
Do you remember any white lights? Okay. Never mind.
I just remember this weird, creepy thing coming into my room, just hanging out with me, like it was my best friend.
Huh. Maybe
my only friend.
Maybe it was.
That's weird. That's wild.
Yeah. Do you got anything, J Rockio?
I really don't. Like I've heard. All right, so I don't want to say I'm skeptical, right? I don't want to say that there isn't anything, because like I know people that say like I've experienced this, like this has happened to me, but it's like it's one of those things that if it doesn't happen to you in person, it's really hard to believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I've never really had any real experience. Like I mean, I've seen stuff. Like I've I'm a big horror fan. I enjoy scary movies, scary videos, whatever, lore, all that stuff. Like I enjoy that. It's good stuff. But like I've never had anything happen to me in person. Like the only time I think I've had, I don't know if you'd want to call it paranormal, just kind of weird, or I was just really tired. So I wake up a lot at night, mainly during the lovely witching hour of 3 a.m. And rolling over, and all I hear very close into my ear is someone whisper my first name.
That has happened to me so many times.
That
what the hell?
Freaked me out so bad.
That's weird, dude.
I get that a lot.
Really?
But I've only had it happen once, and it was the weirdest thing I ever had, but I don't want to say that it was paranormal or anything like that, because I was tired. Like I work not long shifts but hard shifts at work, and it's just I'm constantly tired. So it's like, is it something actually happening, or was it just my tired self playing tricks on myself? I don't know. So like I'm a little skeptical until something actually happens.
When we get up to Pennsylvania, we're gonna have to do like a paranormal, like ghost hunting series.
I'm down with it.
I'm not hanging.
I'm hanging.
I
I'm
have
with
some
it.
experience ghost hunting. Me and my mom used to go ghost hunting.
Y'all whack.
Y'all whack.
Is that it for yours then, Jordan?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I guess I'm a little skeptical,
crazy.
but I'm not, completely saying that there isn't anything.
Right. All right. Well, I got a few. I got a few that have happened to me. I can say my life has been a little paranormal filled.
I mean, obviously, after you just, me and my mom, Saturdays we were out ghost hunting. You know how it is.
Literally, though, we were.
The Houston households out here, we hunt ghosts. Like that's what we're about.
Supernatural type shit right there.
Yeah. I'll tell a story about going ghost hunting with my mom first.
Nice.
So there's this tunnel here in Tennessee. It's called the Sensabaugh Tunnel. It's like a yeah. You can hear by Alex's reaction.
That place is creepy as fuck. I've never been and I never will go.
It is creepy. I went one time with two buddies, Joseph and Wes. They wouldn't get out of the car. I wanted to get out so bad and like do some recording, but they wouldn't get out. They were too scared. That's how scary it is. But my mom took us when we were I was probably like 10 or something, 11 maybe, somewhere in that area, 12 max. At the time we were really into like ghosts and ghost hunting, and she had a friend, Amy. I don't know if I should say people's names on the podcast, but Amy Redacted.
Right, Amy Redacted.
She was a like hardcore ghost hunter, and she got my mom into it. Like she had like EVP like recording stuff and all this stuff,
like spirit boxes and stuff, or just like
we didn't have a spirit box because I imagine those are crazy expensive.
But you can buy them on Amazon for like $40.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. We'll do that when we do our series.
Nice.
But anyway, so we all go to Sensabaugh Tunnel. We get out of the car. We go, and it's like there's no lights outside of the tunnel. There's no lights inside the tunnel, and the middle's filled up with water. So like, stay on the sides. And it's mad creepy. It's mad creepy. When we were there, we didn't really experience anything, so not much happened while we were there. But when we got home, my mom imported the MP3 files from the recording device.
Yeah.
And you hear this child at one point.
What the hell?
Say, "See them there." I remember it like clearly in my head.
That's wild.
It was disturbing.
So like what's the big lore behind it? Like it's like what makes it haunted?
There's a lot of debate. No one really knows for like truth. I've heard that a kid got drowned in it.
Okay.
Because of the water. I've heard a baby got drowned. I've heard a lot of different stuff. No one really knows for sure. And there's a dude that like lives right behind it or something, and he says it's like not true or something, but like we got something on audio. And what's crazy is my mom went a second time without me, and the recording, she got the exact same thing as a kid saying, "See them there," again.
That's wild.
As fuck. I just read like what the story was. The legend goes that a man named Sensabaugh lived near the tunnel with his family. It is said that he killed his entire family and threw their bodies into the creek within the tunnel. If you enter the tunnel and turn off your car engine, it supposedly will not restart.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, that is awful.
A little bit.
Jeez.
Did you heard that?
Including his newborn baby.
Yeah, that's along the lines of what I've heard.
That's wild.
Yeah, like my mom went multiple times, and every single time she got this little kid going like, "See them there."
Same thing. That's weird.
Yeah,
see, it's stuff like that like if I experience that for myself, like I'd be like, okay, that's just real.
I remember hearing it on my mom's computer and like getting so sketched out. I was like, "Oh my God."
I would not sleep. For days.
Yeah, honestly. That's
So
it. I'm awake
that's one
forever.
story. That's one story. I have another one. I have a few. I'm gonna mix it up. I'll go to a different kind of paranormal.
All right.
This one is actually alien involved. It's
Oh,
not a
shit.
long story, but deadass, I saw a UFO once. Alex just got up to lock the door. She's getting sketched out.
Look at me, a little bit paranoid.
But all right. So this was fairly recently, probably like 3 years ago. So this is my most recent story. Me and my dad were on the way home from the gym. We were at the gym at Planet Fitness.
Okay.
We were on our way home. We were like right on our street, pretty much. Like little back town road, like not busy at all. And nothing weird ever really happens there because it's like a little old people neighborhood. Like literally, all the people there are old, like 60-year-olds and stuff. Yeah. But we're on our way home, and we're just driving along, and all of a sudden, my dad is like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Look up." And I look, I open my window and look outside, and there's dead ass this thing flying straight ahead, like above us. It's like in the air. It's like I can't remember how many, but there were a few lights on it. Like it was not an airplane, it was not a helicopter, and it was like pretty big. But the weird thing is, it was dead silent. Like it made no noise at all, and it was just kind of hovering above us as we drove, like at a steady pace. And we were like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "I wish I had my camera or phone," but I didn't have either, so I couldn't take any pictures. And we're just driving along, watching it, and we're just over and over, we're saying, "What is that? What is that?" Because we're so flabbergasted. And then all of a sudden, it picks up speed and just dashes off.
That's
No
wild.
noise at all. Like it was just some kind of craft above us with multiple lights on it, just chilling there. Kind of like it was kind of like flying with us. Is like the creepy part. Like it was right above us for the longest time, and then it kind of just darted away.
See, like that's what I'm saying. Like the universe is too big for it to not just be us. Like there's gotta be something else.
That's what I say all the time.
There's no way we're the most advanced or important thing in the world.
No.
Like you're telling me like Elon Musk is like the best there is. Like that's all there is to offer.
Elon Musk is all the universe has to offer.
Like he's it. Like top of the chart. Number one. Like that. Like you're telling me that that's all the universe has. I mean, no disrespect, but you know, come on.
So that's my real alien story. There's another one, but it's like it takes 2 seconds to tell. This was when I lived in Minnesota. My friend was staying the night, and he's like, "Bro, come here." So I come here, and he's like, "Do you see that?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, that light right there." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then all of a sudden, it just speeds off. Like in 0.2 seconds, it's gone, and we're like, "What the?" We're like, "That was a UFO, bro." That was a UFO.
Just tweak it out.
That was it for that one. And then another ghost story. This one's really creepy.
All right, I'm ready. I'm hunkered down in a dark room. I'm ready.
I have two more, but one's kind of depressing, and
so is my entire life. Just tell the story.
Okay.
I mean, we got time. We're at like 35 minutes. We got time. Tell them.
Okay. I'll tell the saddest one first, and then I'll do the crazy one.
We'll end on the crazy one.
Yeah. All right. So sad one. I was really little. I don't remember this one. My parents have just like filled me in. But basically, my dad, he had a brother, and I've never met him. I didn't know his name or anything. I didn't know of him till I was like pretty old to like know about dead people.
Dead people.
So they like told me about him and stuff. So what you're about to hear is crazy.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So my dad's brother, he died way before I was born. Before I was even a thought. Like probably like 10 or 20 years before I was born. But so my grandpa was sick in the hospital. He had a heart attack and he was like about to die. So we were going to see him to say goodbye pretty much from what I gather. And it turned out he had died while we were on the way there. But we didn't know about it yet because we were driving there.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents say that all of a sudden I said something along the lines like, don't worry, Tommy says Papa's with him now. And my parents were like, what the fuck?
How old were you at the time?
I was like, I had to have been in like first grade or kindergarten, under that maybe.
Gotcha.
Like I remember being in the hospital when my grandpa died, but that's it. Like
right. Huh.
Like I just remember running through the hallways because I was a little kid.
Right, you don't know what's going on. You're just there.
Yeah. So my parents were like, "What the fuck? We never told him about Tommy. We never told his name." I'm like, "Why is he saying this?" It's mad weird.
Young kids are more likely to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I asked, like, how old were you at the time? Because, like, you know, I know it's always like pets and younger kids are always like,
that's what people
more
say.
In touch.
And that kind of goes with my next story, like the really creepy one. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that story. But I remember one time,
creepy.
You might have heard that story before, Jordan.
Probably.
I don't remember if you were in the class, but I told it in the class at Old Forge in English class with what was his name? Was it Mr. Sylvester?
Yeah.
Was he the English teacher?
Yeah.
We were talking about like paranormal stories in his class.
I think I may have been there, but it's been a while since I heard that story.
Yeah, and I told that story, and I remember someone in the class was like crying.
This is wild, dude. That's a crazy story.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. But my last story. This one's weird. It didn't happen to me. Well, one of the things happened to me personally, but all right. So it started when we moved to this new house, in Kingsport, Tennessee, I believe. We were moving in. My dad wasn't there. He was like getting some more boxes from our old house or something. So me, my mom, brother, and sister were in the basement of our new place unpacking some boxes. And all of a sudden we hear footsteps upstairs, like boom, boom, boom. And we're like, oh, Dad must be home. Like that's all we thought. So my mom was like, Calvin, go see if that's your dad upstairs. Because she was a little like sketched out. Because she didn't.
So she makes you go do it?
Yeah.
I'm not going. You go upstairs.
So she didn't think he'd be back by now. So she was like, Calvin, go see if that's your dad. I was like, okay. Like the little
kid you are. Yeah, I'll go upstairs. No problem.
So I run upstairs. There's no one there. And I think I remember saying that some boxes looked like they were moved around. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I remember saying that. But I come back downstairs, and I'm like, he's not home. No one's up there. And my mom's like,
Go wait outside.
I don't remember what happened. Yeah, I don't remember what happened after that. But flash forward a few weeks, my sister suddenly has an imaginary friend Like she's never had one before, but she suddenly has one, and we don't think anything of it because little kids have imaginary friends, so we don't think anything of it. And then one day, flash forward like a few months probably. Then one day, we're having a yard sale, and my mom said this older man came up to her and was like, "Who's that woman in the yellow dress over there?" Or he was like, "Who's the woman in the yellow dress that was here?" And my mom's like, "I didn't see no woman in a yellow dress." And he's like, he said like she said her name was Sally or something. And my mom was like, "Wait a minute." And she goes up to my sister because the name sounded familiar. She goes up to my sister and she's like, "Honey, what'd you say your friend's name was?" And my sister's like, "Sally."
That's wild.
And my mom's like, "What?"
Right, we're moving.
Pack
the car. Yard sale over.
My mom says, "And what does Sally wear?" And my sister's like, "She wears a yellow dress." Exactly what the old man described.
That's.
I would have laughed.
And my mom was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's like, nah, yard sale over, throw in the back of the car, we're going. Imaginary friend stays behind. Sorry, there's no room in the car.
What's crazy though is after we moved, my sister didn't have an imaginary friend anymore.
No, you shouldn't have told me that.
I don't.
Tonight.
I'm not a fan of that.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's always like, I don't know.
Like that's crazy.
Like that's one reason like I don't enjoy like older houses.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like I can't do it. Like it's there's some about it. It just doesn't feel right. You just don't do it.
I feel like Pennsylvania's like prime with ghosts because all the houses are like so old,
like built in like the 60s or like the 60s and like older. Like that's all you can get, minus like living like a newer development. But like it's like watching like horror movies and people are like, "Oh, I got this house from the 1700s." Like, no, tear it down and build something else.
Tear it down. That'll just make them mad. But ironically, I don't have any stories in Pennsylvania. Really, I can't think of any.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mess with old houses. It's not a good, like mansions. Nah, get out of here. No, you don't get involved in that. That's the spirit's home now.
Yeah, unless you're building your own, like stay away from those.
Yeah, unless if you bought a plot of land that's not Indian burial ground, you should be okay.
Yeah. So I don't think I have any more stories. No, I can't think of any. But that last one, that always blows my mind every time I think about it.
Yeah, that's crossing a line. That's just like, okay, some here, not right.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
I think I do a kind of creepy story, and I don't know where this falls into.
Okay.
That's what I'm just not thinking about. I remember this was like when I was like older, like anywhere from 10 to 12. Like I said, I have no memories of anything. And I remember hearing something like smack my window hard as hell. Like it scared the hell out of me. Like it scared me so bad I ran into like the hallway out of my room. And like a few minutes later, like it doesn't happen again. I go and look at the window. There's a handprint on my window.
Oh Lord.
What the hell?
Yeah. And I was like, I know that's not mine because like I know obviously it's not mine.
Okay, that's.
And I was into like was someone outside my house? Was it like a ghost or something?
Yeah, ghost, like some dude just like trying to get in. Like what's going on there?
That's either like
for someone to get to a bunch of bushes right in front of it.
Right.
And it's like kind of higher up.
Yeah. That's either like stalker or demon.
And it
like handprint on the outside of the window or like inside of the window?
What'd you say?
Like handprint on the outside of the window or inside of the window? Like you were able to rub it off, or like if you wanted, you'd have to go outside.
Like, I couldn't rub it off. Like, it was on the outside.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that both your stories involve the window.
Same window?
I have a thing about windows, and I think that might be why.
Huh.
Windows legit creep me out.
I mean, that's why we have blinds, just because windows are scary.
Yeah, no, you just close them. You don't.
I don't need windows.
You don't need to let the Wendigos inside. No. Wendigos and shadow people sleep outside.
For real.
There's no doggy bed inside for the Wendigos. They're not allowed.
Like, I'm so fascinated by aliens, but they legit like terrify me. Like, I have a recurring nightmare about aliens like all my life. Deadass. But I love like talking about this stuff. I think it's so interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like it's good topics for sure, because it's like you're gonna get the people that are skeptical, and then you get the people that are connect with it. Like, I've had this same thing happen to me, or I know what you're talking about.
People just love to hear other people's stories.
Unless they're sad. No one wants to hear
it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's my stories. That's my stuff.
Those are pretty good stories.
Yeah, no, they're wild.
They're all true too. Like, unless my mom lied to me, but
yeah, she's gonna listen. She's gonna listen to this podcast episode. Like, Kal, we gotta talk.
Deadass. That'd be embarrassing.
Like, you told the story all wrong.
I will when we go to PA. I'll have her explain them, because she probably remember better than me. Some of them, like there might be like creepier details I might be forgetting.
Yeah, bring her on. Let her tell her stories.
We'll do.
Hell yeah. But I think 48 minutes in, I think that's
I think almost 45.
Yeah,
I think that's episode 2. Unless if y'all got anything else to bring on out.
All I gotta say is I'm Matthew McConaughey, and you should listen to Husetarts Radio.
You're saying that at the end of the podcast.
This was a great episode of Husetarts Radio.
Man, definitely newer stuff. So hopefully y'all are enjoying the new format, the new stuff.
All I'm saying is we're planning on coming up to PA. We got to do a paranormal hunting series.
You can leave me out of that.
Alex is staying home.
I'm staying home.
Windows closed, blinds shut, doors locked.
You're not after you're done.
Why?
Stay with him.
Oh man.
Damn.
I think it'd be fun.
Hell yeah. So with all that, look forward to that coming up, as well as more podcasts coming your way, as we're still sticking to the every 2-week schedule. So definitely more of these, maybe not always paranormal related, but there will be more talks, there will be more topics. So
yes, sure.
Keep an eye out, keep notifications on, and swing by the Twitch channel every once in a while we're out there streaming. Hang by the YouTube channel, check out for some videos. Socials for everything Husetarts. It's been fun. Alex, thanks for joining us. Thanks for
having me.
Joining in on the fun.
It's been fun.
First step. So
Hell
yeah. So with that, thank you again for listening. We'll catch you guys somewhere else, whether it be Twitch or the next podcast or social medias. We'll talk to you everywhere we can talk to you. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeehaw.